Today we will discuss on the topic tissue of humans and their function. So what is tissue? Tissue is a group of cells that are similar in structure and function, which work perform together to form a specialized activity of the body. From cell to form tissue to form organ, and organ to form organ system. The study of tissue is called as histology, and the study of tissue disease is called as histopathology. So types of tissue, there are 4 types of tissue: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Let's see one by one. Epithelial tissue, which cover lining of the skin, GIT, and other hollow organ. All layer and organ that are lining to form a group of tissue. If the cancer of form from epithelial tissue is called as carcinoma. Now see the types of epithelial tissue, which is divided into 2 types: simple epithelial tissue and compound epithelial tissue. In simple epithelial tissue, it's subdivided into 3 types, and in compound epithelial tissue, it divided into 2 types, such as stratified epithelial tissue and transitional epithelial tissue. Now see simple epithelial tissue, it divided into squamous epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, and columnar epithelial tissue. Simple epithelial tissue means single layer of cell is present. In simple squamous epithelial tissue, these are flat, which compose of epithelial cell. Cells are wider than small. It gives smooth, low friction, and which allow to easy movement of fluid over it. It present on heart, blood vessel, lymphatic vessel, and alveoli of lungs, and their function is osmosis, filtration, and permit adequate diffusion. Then simple cuboidal epithelium. This compose of epithelial tissue, which are large central nuclei is present in cube-like structure on the basement membrane. Cuboidal epithelium is also called as glandular epithelium, as it's present in the simple gland. It present in simple gland, and their function is secretion and absorption. Then next is columnar epithelium, simple columnar epithelium, which compose of epithelium cell. In this cube-like column shape are present. These are taller than its width. Rectangular shape-like shapes are present. Single layer of cell of column present. It present on the lining of GIT, and their function is secret of mucus. Then epithelium second type is compound. It is subdivided into 2, such as stratified epithelium and transitional epithelium. In this multi layer of cell present, we see stratified is divided into 3 types, such as stratified squamous epithelium tissue, stratified columnar epithelium tissue, stratified cuboidal epithelium tissue. So first, stratified squamous epithelium tissue. In this flat cell of multilayer is present, and in squamous cuboidal epithelium cell, multilayer of epithelial cell which that are in cube-like structure. In cuboidal stratified epithelium tissue, the multi-layer of cell is present, that are cube-like structure is present. Then transitional epithelium is a specialized type of tissue that are which are present in the uterus and urinary bladder due to the property of elasticity, means contraction and relaxation. So, what is the function of epithelial tissue? Protection, absorption, filtration and excretion. Then second type of tissue is connective tissue. Connective tissue is made up of cell, matrix and fiber. Connective tissue is tissue that connect, bind, support to the other of the body part. Connective tissue, it bind to the cell and organ of the other body part, and their function is to protect, support and integration of the other body part. Blood and lymph are the specialized connective tissue that connect body system and perform other function. Some connective tissue comprise bone, ligament, tendon, adipose tissue, areolar tissue and cartilage. Blood is a fluid connective tissue which helps in the transportation of gas, nutrients and hormone, as well as the elimination of waste material. Then ligament and tendon. Ligament and tendon are the fibrous bond of connective tissue connect bone to other bone to form joint. Then areolar tissue, it is a loose connective tissue. Then adipose tissue, it is also called as loose connective tissue. In this, fat is stored. Due to storage of fat, it also called as insulator. Adipose tissue also provide mechanical protection. Bone, it is a hard tissue that form a skeleton. Then cartilage, it is not hard as the bone, which it forms certain body parts such as ear, nose and joint. Then third type of tissue is muscle tissue. Muscle tissue are made up of excitable cell, which means cell responds to a stimulus. All muscle tissue have properties such as contractility, elasticity, excitability and extensibility. There are three types of muscle tissue present. Cardiac muscle tissue, smooth muscle tissue and skeletal muscle tissue. First, cardiac muscle tissue. Cardiac muscle tissue is a extremely specialized form of tissue. It is found in the heart, which is pump blood throughout the body. It is involuntary in nature, which means involuntary means not controlled by us. Then second is skeletal muscle tissue. Skeletal muscle tissue are stiff and straighted, hence it is also called as straighted muscles. These muscles are voluntary in nature, that means by control by us. Their main function is the locomotion and attached to the skeleton. Third is smooth muscle tissue. This tissue do not have strips and striation, hence this tissue is called as smooth muscle. This type of tissue are involuntary in nature, which means which do not control by us. These muscles contract slowly and automatically. It is found in the intestine, whereas it moves food into the digestive tract. These are the types of muscle tissue. Then fourth type of tissue is nervous tissue. It is found in the brain, spinal cord, autonomic nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and which all are part of the nervous system. It is made up of neuron, which are nerve cell, and neuroglia, which are cells that help nerve impulse travel. It helps in sending different types of information to the brain and respond it from brain to the effector organ. And function of nervous tissue is memory and learning, transmission of impulse to the brain and from brain, then nutrition and nourishment to the neuron, increase the speed of impulse, then voluntary movement control, regulate control body function. These are the function of nervous tissue. So what we see in the tissue, there are four types of tissue: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. In epithelial tissue, there are two types such as simple epithelial tissue and compound epithelial tissue. Simple epithelial tissue means single layer of cell is present, and compound epithelial tissue, in this multi-layer of epithelial tissue are present. Simple epithelial tissue is subdivided into three types: simple squamous epithelial tissue, simple cuboidal epithelial tissue, then simple columnar epithelial tissue. And in compound epithelium, it is divided into two such as stratified epithelium tissue and transitional epithelium tissue. Stratified is subdivided into three: simple stratified epithelium tissue, squamous stratified epithelial tissue, cuboidal stratified epithelial tissue, and columnar stratified epithelial tissue. And second is transitional epithelial tissue. Then next is what is the function of epithelial tissue? Protection, absorption, secretion, and filtration. It is the function of epithelial tissue. Then we next see second type of connective tissue. Then we see second type connective tissue. Connective tissue, their function is protection, support, and integration of all body part. Then we next third type of tissue is muscle tissue. Muscle tissue, there are three types: smooth muscle tissue, skeletal muscle tissue, and cardiac muscle tissue. And their properties elasticity, contractility, extensibility. Then fourth type of tissue is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, it is found in brain, spinal cord, autonomic nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and their function is to transmit the impulse to the brain and from brain. Insulation, shock absorption, nutrition and nourishment to the neuron, increase impulse speed, learning and memory, regulate and control body function. These are the function of nervous tissue. Thank you.